Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pure Buckets podcast. We have Vivin, Lewis, and Cole here today, including myself, Rohan. Today, we're going to go through the 20 through 11 spots for our top 30 all-time list. Last time, there were a few rough takes, specifically by me and a few other people who aren't with us right now. Last time we had Jack. He's not here.
They're not with us right now, bro. They're gone.
They're still with us. They're among us.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically what Ron just said, like obviously the last video we did the 4 honorable mentions, and then we did our 21 through 30, and now we're going to be moving on to our top 20, but this one will be specifically 11 through 20. And I guess we're just going to start it off. This is officially the Big Boys top 20.
Run it.
What do you guys think about that? Any names that you didn't hear that should have been maybe in that 21 to 34 range?
Well, Duncan should have been.
Oh, Duncan Robinson?
No.
Yeah, chill out.
No. Talk about the Admiral.
Okay, sure.
The
Well, he should have been in top 20.
Yeah, he should have been top 20, but...
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure everybody else that is in the top 20, I'm pretty sure, I think, everybody has in all their lists. But they just vary, so... We'll start it off with spot number 20 with a man that made everyone's list, the logo.
Oh.
Jerry West.
Kind of fraud, no lie.
I had him lower, I feel like.
I didn't have that low.
Who overrated him?
Overrated. So he actually only finished 1 point above the tie of Moses Malone and Duncan Robinson.
I have him at the objectively correct.
David Robinson.
I got you.
Yeah, messed up. Yeah, what's going on?
I had him at the objectively correct spot as well.
Okay, so let me just say where everybody had Jerry West.
Someone overrated him.
I had Jerry West at 21. So
okay.
He finished one about higher.
Right, makes sense.
Yep. Vibin had him at 19, which is also no problems over here. I got no issues with that. We have Rohan having him at 22, so we got still all right there. Yeah, we're not doing too bad right now. Jack has him at 18. So that's 1 spot above where Vibin had him. So that's the current highest. We have Mihir having Jerry West. Now this one, a bit interesting. Because Mihir has Jerry West at 13.
Okay. So that's so problematic. What?
So that's a bit of, I don't know. I don't really know Mihir's process behind that was. We can't really ask him, obviously. And then, but Daniel balanced it out. He has Jerry West at 25.
That's also...
And then Lewis has Jerry West at actually the lowest. 26th.
I'm a hater.
Let us speak on that.
Former fraud, bro. Honestly, I looked at his stats. I looked at his stats.
He's averaged like 30.
He still got a ring, though.
Hey, 30
in the Bill Russell
easy.
era.
All right, you gotta put respect on his name, right? Even though I didn't, because he's the logo. But
that logo.
Should he still be the logo?
27, 6, and 6.7 assists in his career. Lewis.
That's pretty good.
That's like
what? Huh?
Braun numbers. But Braun did that today.
Nearly they are. Jerry West is also I've seen a case made for a lot of people that try to up Jerry West.
Yeah.
A lot of the awards that he probably should have received that people received today didn't exist when he was there.
That's
so he's
true.
only a 5-time All Defensive, but that was only his latter years.
Yeah, I'm just saying. In the 1 year he had a defensive rating, it was a 95. The 1 year he had one.
Which is pretty good.
In his final season, he had a 95 defensive rating.
Yeah.
Imagine his peak. What a lockdown defender.
Yeah, and obviously the only knack really on Jerry West is the fact that it was the Bill Russell era, the Celtics era.
He didn't really get to win much.
He still had 1 ring, I think, right?
Yeah, he did finish with 1 ring, but it took him.
He was in the finals, I think, 6 times, right?
No, he actually lost in the finals 8 times before winning his ring.
Yeah, and it was all against, I'm pretty sure, the Celtics, right?
I can check that right now for you, actually.
So certified loser.
No, it was not all against the Celtics. It was against Boston in 6 of them, which he lost those 6, and he went 1-2 against the New York Knicks.
1-8 in the finals. That is absolutely insane.
And those Knicks teams, I'm pretty sure, included Walt Frazier, which is one of my favorite players, and Willis Reed, who was the first ever 2-time Finals MVP.
Oh, first time.
So yeah, what do you guys think about Jerry West overall? I mean,
I'm gonna put him a bit low, honestly, but
I think 20.
but
yeah.
maybe
Right spot
it should be. Like 23.
I mean, we all had him at a good spot. It's just I feel like you and Daniel had him really low.
I don't know.
But then Mahir had him at 13.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think having him around 20 is good just because of his like overall contributions to the league. Like he did so much just beyond playing
Plus
basketball.
that logo, Nick.
Like, he's still like
That's
he's like the GM for the Clippers, right?
Is it the Clippers now? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're right.
he still does a lot of crazy basketball. He's a genius basketball
died.
mind.
No, he's alive.
He's kicking.
you thought
Isn't he like 80?
he is pretty old though. Yeah.
I assumed he's dead.
He's still doing it, man.
But he's also, I mean, he's done a lot, obviously. Like, he's even a one-time assist champion, a scoring champion, defensive, all-star
Yeah.
MVP. Finals, he has a finals MVP in a year that he didn't win the finals.
So he's the only one?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I think he's the only one.
They did that?
Yeah, he won the finals MVP in
Wait, aren't they doing that
in
now?
'69 when the Celtics won.
It's not gonna happen.
So,
No, I know, but
I think
what did he average in that?
Braun should have had the 2015 one.
What, Braun?
The finals MVP?
oh yeah, the one, yeah.
He averaged like 36, like 13,
Is that the
13
one
and
where they
13.
got like?
Dude, that's the one where Iguodala got the finals MVP for holding LeBron to like 36, 13, and 13.
Jerry West won finals MVP the year that they lost in Game 7 to Boston because he averaged 38 points a game.
Luka better.
4.7
Luka does it better.
rebounds,
Luka
7.4
better.
Luka does it better.
38.
Lucas is a better Jerry
Yeah.
West.
Better.
Jerry West is a 29 points per game playoff
14-time All-Star. He never missed the All-Star game. Nope. Never did it.
That's pretty good.
You know, Jerry West in one playoff series averaged 46, 6, and 7.
He did do that, yep.
Against who?
Baltimore.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's a choice.
He
there.
literally
You don't get
he
shot.
balled
man.
them out of
But
existence.
it's playoffs, right? I mean, it's playoffs.
Playoff
Was it
basketball.
Baltimore Bullets?
Yeah. All right, well, we will move on now into 19. 11 spots above. Where's a good spot for my laptop so it doesn't absolutely... I mean, it
I don't know.
hasn't been picked up.
No.
Wait, everyone stop talking for a second?
No,
It's not getting picked up. Yeah, exactly. All right.
that's it.
We'll move on to 19th place. And this one's a bit of an interesting one just because of the way this guy kind of jumps around. And it's kind of understandable. Just because that's kind of where he's at right now.
Right now.
He's an active player.
Yeah, I know who it is then.
Is it Giannis or what?
Giannis.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that man.
Giannis.
Like,
Woo!
So Giannis finishes at 19th. With
Objective.
he has 84 points, which is in between, like he's in the middle, so no one really contests him there. I'll tell you where everyone had him. The highest was Vipin and Jack, who had him at 15th.
He's that guy.
No, he's not.
The lowest was Rohan, who has Giannis at 25th.
If Jerry West over.
No.
A couple of names that Rohan has above Giannis: Elgin Baylor,
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen,
That's bad.
no.
Jerry West,
No, that's not bad.
Isaiah Thomas,
No.
Allen Iverson.
Well, yeah.
I definitely.
I
not.
only think-
Iverson never won a chip, bro.
Yeah, I hope. I still think he's a better player.
But-
right now, I feel like he had the better career right now because Giannis' career
The thing,
is
that is the
like
only thing.
completely
The
done.
thing
Time
with Giannis,
MVP.
the thing with Giannis is he only played. He
Giannis
still has
like,
so much more
like
to do.
9 more years, bro.
He has so much
He's
more
got
to
a
do.
solid 6 years of prime left.
Realistically, yeah, that's why I was just being overly cautious right now.
That's true.
And honestly, that's okay with me because the fact that this guy has only played for what? How many seasons? He's like what? He's prime. He's like 27, 28 years
Yeah,
old, right?
Right now.
He's
Yeah.
27 years old, and we all have him undoubtedly in our top 30 list all
He's
time.
that guy.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
Go.
So
for
I don't
like,
really
he-
mind
he's
him
pretty
being like you have him. Obviously, my rationale, and that's by the way, I do want to say that is the one player that Vipin forgot was Giannis,
Yeah, so
and I knew
He's that guy, huh?
and I knew Vipin did not do that intentionally. So I said, Vipin, you might have forgotten this guy, and he's like,
He's so
oh
behind.
my goodness.
that caused some problems. You know?
Yeah, so my rationale though for Giannis was like, okay, do I think he's because I have him at 16th, and you and Jack have him at 15th. Ron has him at 25th. Mahir has him at 23rd. Daniel has him at 20, and Lewis has him at 19, where he finished.
Okay.
So me, Vipin, and Jack are pretty high on him. But my rationale was, where is he among power forwards? And then I looked at
That's
where
how
my
I
other
decided
power
it.
forwards
Yeah.
was. So
I decided he was. Well, I can't. I'll say it later.
yeah, we'll get to it in a moment. But I mean, I don't really. Giannis is just an absolute monster.
He's
Like,
all
I don't
around
hate him,
beast.
and he
Dude,
could
you
fluctuate
like-
really fast.
This last playoff series, he did get eliminated, but he dropped like 200 points, 100 rebounds, 100
Like,
assists.
yeah, I don't
First
know,
to ever do that in a series.
That's unbelievable. Like, who does that? What? In 7 games? That's
Mm.
crazy.
I mean, he's just.
He's just young.
Monster.
I mean,
No,
he passes every test.
consistency.
Like if you just watch him play, dominates the game. Stat sheet dominates. Even advanced stats, like people will be looking at like the advanced stats
Yeah,
on him,
Just
dominates.
By the end of his career, he could be the top 5 all time.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
would not be surprised at all.
Dude, like, he has so much time left, and he's so good right now. He's getting better every single year. Like this year, he got a little bit better at shooting.
Yeah.
Next year, he could get even better. Like, if Giannis ever gets a crazy shot,
it's not fair.
Well, you can't do anything. Like, he's good on both sides of the court. Like, on right no debate.
He's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, is he not?
1 time.
Is it 1?
I thought he won it twice in a row.
2-time MVP.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't think it was Defensive Player of the Year twice. But that's 1-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he's 1-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
They got robbed.
No, because like a player that can do basic. So he's good at shot blocking. He's good at rim protecting. He's pretty good at perimeter defending too.
Yeah.
He can get you crazy rebounds. He can score the ball at will. He can pass the ball. He averages like 6 assists, which is crazy for what he does. He can literally do everything on the court except like shoot threes.
Yeah. And also just for his offensive game, the last 4 seasons on a per 36, Giannis doesn't play not even close to 36. Yeah. On the last 4 seasons on per 36, he's averaged over 30 a game.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Each season for the last 4 seasons.
He's so good on. He's so versatile.
He doesn't even get injured either.
Yeah, he's pretty. He plays. He plays hella minutes if he needed to. Like, and he's reliable. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
But
you see that thing about like him like commenting on the refs, and he's like, "Yo, how much is it to comment on the refs?"
Yeah, the diapers.
That was funny.
And he's like 20 grand. I'm good.
I'll save it for the diapers.
I'm good.
Nah, he's very funny.
Smarty.
We'll move on now from Giannis because we all know how good Giannis is because we're living in the moment. We're gonna move on now to. See, this one was a bit mental to me.
Huh?
Not really mental because this is like I said the rest and how they've been. We ranked Giannis depending on where we think power forwards are.
I agree with what I said.
So the guy above him is another power forward.
Well, okay, depends on my list.
I had him. I had him in a great spot. I think an objectively correct spot because I had him where he finished.
Wrong.
I think arguably he has the most valuable ring of all time.
His work.
Oh, you got him that high?
Dirk Nowitzki.
I had him pretty low. I won't lie to you.
I think I had him a little higher.
So let me tell you where everybody had Dirk.
He did a crazy.
Me and Lewis had him at 18.
Yeah, that's facts.
We had him where he finished. That's what I'm talking about. And then we have.
He's pretty low.
Rohan has him at.
He's a fraud.
Rohan has him at 1 spot above, 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Valid.
Jack has him at 1 spot above, 16.
Double valid.
That's fine. All that's good, right? Then we have Daniel has him at also 17.
That's valid.
So we have 60 through 18.
Who messed it up?
Right? Mahir has him at. Oh, Mahir and Vipin have him at 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought it was gonna be egregious.
No.
No, yeah, because
He finishes with 91.7 points above Giannis.
Wait,
that's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He got that crazy ring.
I also think his
beat a bummy
legacy
LeBron.
also helps him out as being, one of the first big.
I didn't put him higher just because I looked at the other players that are around him, right? Like the players I had above Dirk.
Mm.
So the players I had above Dirk was I had Jerry West above him, and then I had Dwayne Wade at 18. So I think they're better because like if you look at like Dirk, like he's the greatest shooting big man of all time.
Exactly. That's why he's undeniably the lowest we had him was 20. So I'm not even gonna be arguing about.
No, look, me and Cole were talking about it when I made my list.
Yep.
We were talking about if you purely look at the stats, Dirk seems like the most overrated player of all time.
Yeah, he does. If you look at just his basic stats, he's really overrated.
He doesn't seem like he's dominating or he's.
But that's why I'm glad that we were able to watch him. Watch him play.
Because that's the Dat Boy Nice agenda.
Exactly.
That comes in because you can't put Dirk lower than 20.
Because also look at his accolades, right?
Yeah.
He's an all-star merchant, right? He has all-star games.
Always.
And he has that one chip, but there's context behind that one chip, right? And he won Finals MVP that year, and he has a one-time MVP. That's it. No defensive, no offensive. He never led in any category for his entire career.
But he's just
he was just good for a long amount of time.
He's actually literally the definition
also, he
of
did
that
have
guy.
a massive impact on the league. Because remember before he was drafted, like all the teams were like, we don't want Euro players. Like,
very
not
true.
Good.
Yeah.
And after Dirk, now look at the league is dominated by the Euro players. Luka, Jokic, like Embiid, Giannis are all. Giannis isn't Euro.
Yeah.
Wait, is Greece Euro?
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not the problem. Because did he play
Who?
Giannis?
I think he went.
Embiid is.
He might have played one
I don't
season.
think Embiid isn't Europe, but I think Giannis is.
No.
I would count Giannis. But still, foreign players, right? Just in general.
Foreign
Players are being considered more by the league, and he did change the league like that. And also, is he the best, like, big man shooter?
He's the best, undoubtedly.
That changed how people view the power forward role.
Mm-hmm.
Like back when he got drafted, like what? Pretty 1990.
1998.
Yeah, back when he got drafted, no one was thinking, all right, power forward. If you shoot a three, you're benched. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And then they let him shoot, and he proved that as a power forward, you can contribute beyond the 3-point arc.
Yeah.
So then that just completely changed that role for the entire league.
38% career 3-point shooter
Crazy.
over 2 decades.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For
Even
now,
in his
that's
bad
crazy.
years, it doesn't matter. He's at 30%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His longevity is also like
He played a long time, dude.
I think he's tied like for the longest, isn't he? Like him, Moses Malone, Kobe,
Vince?
something like that. Yeah, 21 years.
I'm gonna break that.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Break
be
it.
playing until he's
That's why I
45.
break it.
you know he only retired 3 years ago.
Which is kind of crazy to me because it seems like a while
yeah,
ago.
he seemed
Like,
like
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like we're talking about these really old. Hey, he's only 3 years ago.
No, yeah. Because I remember watching Dirk play like all the time. Like I love watching
Yeah.
Dirk play.
Dirk is cool.
Yeah.
as a kid.
But that's my thing. My thing is that he literally he changed the game.
Changed the game.
But
So-
yeah, that would probably be.
So I think that's why we all have him. We literally all have him between 16 and 20.
Yeah.
No, no.
I don't
issues
see an
with
issue
me.
with him being like 17, 16.
Non-stats
Yeah,
merchant.
no issues with me. I will move on now to we have 17th place. This is another interesting one. He kind of went around, and I mean I don't really have like a crazy point on this one, but
Who?
So we had Giannis at 19.
Okay.
We had Nowitzki at 18, finishing 17th, third all time in points scored.
Oh yeah.
The mailman,
This is
Karl Malone.
I'm objectively correct.
So let me tell you, everybody had Karl Malone on the list.
I had it, the other brother.
Lewis, Daniel,
Weird.
and Mahir all had Karl Malone at 15.
Fine.
So that was all the highest.
Remember,
Don't look at my list.
That Karl Malone, that was the highest. All three of them had him at 15. Vipin had Karl Malone at 17, where he finished. Rohan had Karl Malone at 19. Jack had him at 20, and I had Karl Malone at 23.
Hello.
wait, why?
Who do you have above him?
Yeah, explain that.
Actually, yeah. Who do you have above him?
Well, with certain names. Here's my thing. I have Moses Malone over him.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But I have Moses.
Dirk.
Okay, I guess legacy.
I don't-
If you
I
care
don't see
about
an
that
issue
too
with
much,
that.
then yeah.
No. I mean, Giannis.
No, I just like. Here's
Because
the
I
thing.
have
No.
Dirk above him
Here's
too.
my problem with
but
him.
That's because of.
There was a lot of times, like I watched a video on like the entire 1990s, like 80s jazz,
Mhm.
and what went wrong, right? They had those two like superstar caliber players, Stockton, Malone,
Yeah,
for
like, all-time
18
two.
seasons. Not once did they win a chip.
Mm.
If you look towards like the end of games in clutch free throw, like a big problem with Malone's game was making free throws.
74% career.
Exactly.
That's
When
not terrible, actually.
But when it came down to it, he would
But
miss
yeah, clutch.
very
yes.
important clutch free throws, and that really messed up a lot of games for them, especially in the finals. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that sold them a few games.
I mean, weren't doing any Shaq things, but they were definitely.
Yeah.
Like he was like crazy in the regular season, obviously, but like I just don't think.
Karl Malone is. I don't know. I feel like Karl Malone. He has 4 all defensives. I feel like he. I never watched Karl Malone, right? But like,
Defense? Yeah,
I
same.
feel like he wasn't that good of a defender.
Well, pull up the stats, Mr.
He
Merchant.
averages less than a block in his entire career.
Well, that's not a pure defensive.
No, but as a power forward,
He
he's a
steals?
very strong, big
Yeah,
stature.
that's true.
What about rebound?
His rebounds 10 a game for his entire career.
Exactly.
He's a 25 and 10 player.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
Rebound.
Obviously.
The only reason I had him lower than everybody else is just because it's like that's why I docked both Stockton and Malone, just because they complement each other so well.
Because just the
That-
luxury of
it's-
having that caliber of player
Yeah.
next to you your whole career just makes things so much easier and better for you.
I know.
And
Look,
they
do I think
still-
Malone is 23rd best player of all time? I feel like he should be higher, but I just had to have him there because I've seen other dudes.
I couldn't.
Well,
put
do
him
it by
I
themselves.
will say, if you would
Yeah,
definitely put him in
like,
top
a guy like
20 if he
Hakeem,
had a ring, though.
he won that ring by himself, right? Not
I
as-
mean, not by himself.
well,
No, but-
but
without like Stockton by his side.
Yeah.
He never had that,
yeah,
right? He never had that caliber of player with him.
yeah.
And just having that your whole career and still never making it to a ring.
Because another thing with him is that you said what they were him and Stockton for 18 years, right?
18 seasons.
And they made the finals twice, and obviously those 2 times they lost because it was Jordan, so that's okay, right? But the fact that they only made it twice.
In 18 seasons
That
with
is
2
also a
superstar
little
players, and
concerning.
they had good players around them for like a lot of seasons.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, just
I mean,
I would keep him in the top 20, but 15.
It's just
that's
disappointing.
pretty good.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
like as a Jazz fan back then. Like, what do you think it feels like? You have these crazy players in
You
the
have like
team.
2 all-time greats,
Well,
See,
man,
I always
over the
like
course
being in
of-
the playoffs.
and
Yeah,
they're like
they're
a
always
duo
in the
too.
playoffs. But
If you're always in the
complement
playoffs,
each
then you
other.
always have something to look forward to. Like you enjoy that moment, even if you lose, you're like, okay,
We got
go to
next
the-
year.
Come back
Dude,
next
these
year.
But
dudes-
they lose every single
Imagine
year.
being a Jazz fan and you go to the playoffs for like 2 decades straight.
And you
you know how
never-
cool that is,
never-
though?
You only made
Yeah,
the finals twice, and
But
both
it
times
doesn't
you
mean
lose.
anything. I
You
know
never
what you're
got
saying.
anything out of it. Did
Yeah.
you win a single? Is there a single banner up in the Jazz Stadium?
Yeah,
None.
exactly.
Speaking of Jazz, remember having this earlier this season?
Oh yeah,
Some Jazz picks.
the Mitchell and Gobert.
You know he's actually 0-3 in the
Speaking of
finals. Karl Malone.
That was a mistake.
Who is he?
He also went to the Lakers, right?
He went to the
They lost.
Lakers when he was 40 years old and they lost in the finals in 2004 to the...
Pistons.
There you go.
Hey, he had a 98 defensive rating that year.
Yeah, because he came off the... I actually played 31
He
minutes
played
in the
42.
playoffs. Yeah.
He's mid though.
On it.
He's a mid boy.
But yeah, I don't know.
Still-
Karl Malone is there. I don't really know what else is going on about Karl
His
Malone.
prime is pretty. He's pretty good.
He was consistent for many years. He had a long prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an 8-year prime.
So do you think... I have a question then for you. Any of the 4 players that we mentioned, Karl Malone, Nowitzki, Giannis, and Jerry West, below them is David Robinson.
Well, that's fraud.
Does David Robinson, where does he fit among those 4 names? Does he sit at the top? Does he sit somewhere in the middle?
What are the names again?
In order, 17th is Karl Malone, 18th is Nowitzki, 19th is Giannis, and 20th is the logo.
So David Robinson's above all that. Like, number-wise on the list? He is, right?
No, remember he finished 21st
Yeah.
Oh.
because Ron didn't have him in the list. Yeah.
Running on the list. Well,
So where do you think, just if,
Where do you think?
He's
where do you think he deserves to be?
He's better than Karl Malone. Yeah.
Because I mean, to be fair, you would have him above everybody except for Giannis according to your list.
Yeah.
But obviously Giannis finished 19th below the other 2.
I think Giannis is better at best out of all those guys, but I see the Admirals one below Giannis. He's better than the rest of those guys.
Yeah.
I just think because he never won a chip when he was like at his peak. Dave
At his
Robinson,
peak, yeah.
He never did that. He never took his team to the finals and won.
Mm-hmm.
He won with Tim Duncan
Twice.
which I don't think he wasn't like the guy then. He stopped being that. He contributed, but he wasn't the number 1 option. That's why I think Giannis did.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 option. He took his team to the chip, like with some help obviously, but like he was the main guy. He dropped 50 in the last game. You know, David Robinson never did that.
Fair enough.
I
Alright, well,
serve though.
he served though.
Sir.
Alright, we'll move up now to 16th placed on the list. The only person left that did not reach a total points of 100. So the only dude, this guy. Oh, by the way, Karl Malone finished only 2 points above Nowitzki. So 91, 93, and now we're the guy at 97. Coming in at 16th place, we have a guy that also varies around the lists, and that man is Lewis's GOAT, Dr. J.
I had him.
At what? What is he at?
16.
Oh, my list kind of biff.
Nah.
It's been perfect
I hope
for the last 3 picks.
So let me tell you why he fluctuates around here.
Because there's unbiased hate.
All right,
I
let me
say
tell
there's biased.
let me tell you where everyone had these brothers. All right.
Tell you something
We wanna
about
stay
Karl Malone.
consistent.
What?
Tell you something.
What are you gonna tell me?
He's goated.
He's coded.
Best nickname of all time.
All right, here's where everyone had him. I had him
That's it.
at 20th.
Oh, hater.
Okay.
Oh, you valid for that.
Vipin has Irving at 21st.
Valid.
Valid. Jack has Irving at 14th.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Dr. J,
Chill out.
14. Mahir has him at 18. Daniel has him at 19. Lewis has him at 16. And Rohan Ali, would you like to...
I know where I put him. I put him at 12th.
12?
Rohan has Dr. J as the 12th greatest player of all time.
Help us out, you know.
Well, Rohan, talk to me then.
I thought it was pretty cool. I know a lot of people like to say that, what is he, an ABA merchant, right?
Well, you can say that.
But I don't know his stats. You would have to pull them up for me.
Yeah, I mean, he spent his first 5 years of his career in the ABA,
Right.
where he dominated that league.
Yep.
Dominated.
That was even close.
Absolute merchant.
If you want to talk, okay, you want his overall numbers or just NBA numbers?
You can give both.
Okay. Well, his accolades are insane. I won't lie, Dr. J.
Yep.
He's he played 16 years, right, Rohan?
Mhm.
He was All-Star every single year.
Of course.
He is a 2-time ABA champ and a 1-time NBA champ.
You can do it anywhere.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the 5 years that he was in the ABA, he was all ABA. He's a 4-time MVP because he won 3 of those MVPs in the ABA.
Whoa. Asterisk.
He was on the All-Rookie team in the ABA. He was All-Defensive in his final year in the ABA. He's on the ABA All-Time team, so that means like he's like obviously he's probably the greatest player in the ABA history.
Yeah.
Like he is.
He dominated in 2 leagues.
Like it's him, Moses Malone.
Is it?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Plumbers.
so a lot of his accolades are ABA based, but NBA wise, he still won an NBA championship with him being
That was hella
the
valuable.
lead man.
He got that like what in between the
Lakers and Celtics going back and forth.
Goaty.
Yeah, he obviously did it with Moses Malone.
Okay.
But yeah,
I like Moses Malone. He
and he also was MVP one season, and I believe in '81. I could be wrong about that. But I mean,
I'm looking at it.
no, he did win in '81.
Oh, guess it's not Cap.
He averaged 24.5, 8, and 4.5 that year.
He was really dropping 30
Yep.
on the head in the ABA.
So what do we think about Dr. J then? Rohan was in at 12th.
Yeah. Honestly, I will say, looking at my list again, it did seem a little fishy to put him at 12.
Mhm.
You know, over some of the names I put below him.
Yep.
I will say that.
That seems.
But
You guys think Rohan was coming on?
but at the same time, I mean, I kept him there because I just thought he was happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's criminal for how high Rohan put him, but I like he definitely deserves crazy respect because like how he influenced basketball culture. Yeah, he remember a
Oh, I
lot.
thought it was more than that.
Free throw.
I was waiting. I was like,
there's more. So he influenced basketball culture in a way. He was like the first to make like dunking like.
Oh yeah,
art.
he's one of the greatest dunkers of all time.
Like
Yeah.
he was the first to make dunking.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of players like the '90s were like, "Yo, who'd you look up to?" And they were like, "Dr. J, Jordan, Dr.
Yeah.
J."
Yeah, he was
it was like that's where he got the inspiration to like do crazy dunks and do all that. He
Yeah.
changed how basketball was viewed. I think. Like,
so I will say he definitely has a very good legacy.
Yeah, like his
Huge
great
legacy.
players love him.
Love him.
Everyone everyone's like, "Oh, I loved watching Dr. J on TV. He's so
Yeah.
cool. He did so many cool things." And like I think that I think that legacy was more than what he did as a player. He's just such a crazy legacy, like beyond just playing basketball,
Mhm.
like the impact on the culture and stuff. I think he's just so cool.
If he was always in the NBA, I think I would have looked at him differently though.
Yeah, I can't really like.
If he was a 4-time MVP in the NBA,
How do I value all those ABA things? Like, you don't have the same talent in the ABA obviously as you did in
Yeah.
the NBA, so it's
Yeah.
like a lot hard, like easier there.
But I mean, he still transitioned and still.
Yeah, he still dominated. So
he
that's
dominated. So it's not like you're
that's why
docking
he's
it.
still
Yeah,
a top 30
exactly.
player of all time.
Another big name in the ABA during that time was artist Gilmore.
Oh yeah,
Who?
he played for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Pre-Jordan days.
Did they win anything? The transition ain't so easy.
Yeah.
It ain't for anyone.
Yeah, when they leave the plumber league and go to the slightly
No,
better
like,
plumber
what?
slightly less.
Yeah.
league. Everyone's actually good.
So yeah. So no, just we haven't really had any like crazy disputes so far.
No,
guys.
I mean-
Look through the list.
I can't wait to strangle Rohan though for the next few.
Yeah. So now we're moving
Nice
into 15.
Durant
Now we're in.
after
Now we're in our top 15.
This is where it gets serious.
All these dudes have received at least 100 points
Yeah.
out of a possible 210.
I mean, these are all gonna be small margins. You have to realize,
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 spots. You know, when it's like
Mhm.
6 spots or 5, you gotta start wondering.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's been pretty consistent so far.
For sure.
For sure.
So we have this. This is a big one though. This is going to be an interesting one. I feel like we're going to talk about. Everyone obviously has him in the list. Let me tell you where everybody had him in the list before I tell you his name. I had this man at 17th. By the way, he finished at 15th. This
Okay.
guy. Okay, so I have him at 17th. We have Rohan finishing him in with at 13th.
I don't know who it is.
Another overrated
I
player.
know where he is.
We have Jack having him at 21.
Okay, now we have issues.
We have Mahir having him at 12. Daniel having him at 14. And Lewis also having him at 12. And guess where Vipin had him?
Where?
27th. It is the
No.
Big O.
My-
Oscar
Why
Robertson.
is he
Another
such a hater?
Triple double, man.
You know,
How can you have...
The Westbrook before he
The
was
original Westbrook.
Be honest with me, Vipin. How can you have...
the one who has a ring.
Be honest with me. Bias aside, how can you have James Harden above him?
hater. Simply because James Harden dominated the current era. There you go. The current era. Now, not the old head days. I don't want to hear no old head excuses.
Rohan is currently, by the way, for context, is in the metaverse right now, and that boy is lost.
I'm
He
totally lost.
is literally lost.
Ron heard Vivian
I'm
having
not
Oscar
double
Robertson
lost.
at 27th, you know, stroke.
Huh?
Might be a
Okay, what are some other names
It might
you
be a
got
little
above
low.
Scottie Pippen,
Okay, that's.
It might be a little
That's
low,
also a
but
little atrocious too.
no.
Elgin Baylor.
Oh, you're a hater.
That's a hater.
That's a bit of hater.
Maybe. I don't know. I just been feeling. I was looking at his stats and like what he did. And I just wasn't
You can't say he wasn't influential too. If you're valuing legacy, and then you're putting him that low.
Freaking triple double.
His legacy. What did he do?
What do you
He
do?
was there. The
Alright,
triple
ready?
doubles. Wow, so crazy.
Alright, what'd you
Who
say?
cared about that
He
until
said he didn't have
Westbrook?
legacy. What did he do?
What do you do?
Okay.
Name those stats.
Who cared about that until
Read-
Russell
read-
Name
Westbrook?
those stats, boy.
Read those stats.
Read those stats?
Yeah, read those stats.
Just so you know, for your information.
Triple double, goofy.
Also,
Westbrook
I'm
did it
pretty
right.
sure that
In the
was-
60s, a point guard
60s.
in the 60s, a point guard averaging between 9 to 10 rebounds a game.
Impossible.
Unheard of.
You don't got those 6'10" point guards we got now. 6'7" point guards.
Bro,
6'8".
hey, Westbrook did it today.
Vipin, you know what his career
Yep.
numbers
Westbrook.
are?
Alright.
Nowadays.
You know what his career numbers are?
Let's hear.
25.7 points per game, 7.5 rebounds a game, 9.5 assists.
Who
a
else
game.
doing that? Who else doing that?
No 3-point line. Shot 48.5% from the floor, 84% from the free throw
Not
line.
worried about
Much
it.
better than your goat.
Whoa.
Just so we're on the
I'm
same
not
page
worried
here.
about it, man.
Not worried.
He did it with the lousy Cincinnati Royals side.
Who? Exactly.
Yeah, who?
That sounds like a baseball team.
It actually does.
Unbelievable.
Is that Cincinnati baseball team?
Yeah, Reds.
Reds.
They're the worst team in the entire league.
That sounds like a
Alright.
horrible name.
He is a 6-time assist champion in the regular season.
Mid.
In the postseason, he led the postseason assists 7 times.
Mid. This doesn't apply to me, boy. You can't convince
He
me.
even
on
won a
anything.
scoring title one year.
You can't convince me, dude. His one chip, he had to have Kareem for it.
Okay.
Prime Kareem. Don't forget, Prime Kareem.
Prime Kareem when he was 21.
He was already 38, bro.
Pull it up.
Yeah, but Kareem is. We'll get to Kareem obviously later on.
Yeah.
Prime
You
Kareem.
can't say Prime Kareem like his whole career was in prime.
Like I know he had
His Bucks
longevity,
days were
but
the
like
best. His was.
I'm not sure that's accurate.
Mr. Robinson.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Robert-
He
later.
literally averaged 35 and 17 rebounds.
Man, no one can stop him. He's like 7'2", is he not?
Exactly.
Exactly. But who
He
do you
had
think
to have
orchestrated
that.
the offense?
Who getting him the
Who
ball?
was the
huh?
leader?
Who getting him the ball?
Anybody getting the ball.
Nah.
I'm not worried about it.
No one did it like him.
Move on. I'm not worried about it. This guy's a fraud.
We're not moving on.
You cannot change my mind, bro.
Okay, well, fine. Okay, look. Because look, to be honest with him, right? I have him at. What was it? Wait, why is it not opening? Okay. Look, I only had him at 17.
Look, yeah, I have him there.
Right? Other dudes have Oscar Robertson. Mahir and Lewis have him at 12.
I'm a lover.
That's crazy.
I don't know. 13 a little bit.
We'll get to some other names in a moment. That
I'm some
Lewis
old head
and Dale. There's Lewis and Mahir that have him in there, and then Ron M at 13.
Better.
So what do you guys think about Ron having Irving at 12 and Robertson at 13? Who's gonna be missing?
You're omitting some. Well, no, I know his favorite player will be up there, but
Oh, yeah.
My favorite
He
player.
is still gonna be up there after this year?
that's what I'm thinking.
No way. This is a legacy-altering year.
So
for
Ro-
him.
If he's top 11, I'm walking out.
So Oscar Robertson finishes with 101 points.
That did to me. Cardi.
It doesn't sound that good to you though,
Kind of a bit
My
high,
favorite player,
but like,
Tracy McGrady. Yeah.
I had no issues with it. But you know,
because the lowest anyone else had Oscar Robertson.
Was you right?
17, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it
Or
was
no,
me.
it was Jack, right?
Where Jack have him? Let's see.
19.
21.
Yeah.
But 21 to 27.
just not feeling
That's
it.
still a pretty big.
Scottie Pippen.
I don't understand Scottie
I
Pippen.
feel like Scottie Pippen got that potential. You know what I mean?
The potential.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I know he's a-
Honestly.
Potential.
Honestly.
Maybe, but maybe not.
All right, we'll move on now
I feel like I'm
because if it
missing
wasn't for Vipin's misdoings, Robertson actually would have finished 14th. Because this guy finishing in 14th has only 1 point more than the Big
I know
O,
who it is. I know who it is.
Oh no, it's
and it is arguably, in everyone's
Both those
opinion, I
Yeah.
think on this table at least, a top 3 power forward of all time.
I knew it. It's my guy.
Kevin Garnett,
Wait, what number is this?
15.
I know.
That's close enough.
No, this is 15, right, Rohan?
I'm a hater.
Oh wait, is it 14? Oh, it is 14.
I'm objectively correct. Objectively correct.
So let me tell you where everybody had Kevin Garnett. Actually, it was pretty even, except for one individual had him lower than the rest. So I have Kevin Garnett at 15. Vipin has him at 14.
Objectively correct.
Rohan has him at 16. Jack has him at 17. Mir has him at 16. Daniel has him at 16. And Lewis has Kevin Garnett at 21.
Okay, look. When I was looking at the stats, I had the vision, right? I was making my little task.
See, I'm not going to lie, though. Before you even keep going, I was going to say this. The names that you have above Kevin Garnett, I'm not even mad about.
Yeah, I know.
What were the names below Kevin Garnett?
For him?
Yeah.
For Lewis.
That's valid.
Charles Barkley.
It's valid.
None of them are bad.
And the way I looked at the list, he fit there. I could put him a little higher, depending on a couple things. But in the way I looked at what he did, obviously he's really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he was just lacking in something. All right. So I can't look at all this.
Whoa, chill out, bro. Why the list pulled up?
Pull up
Chill out.
the reference. Pull up the stats.
Here you go. Yeah, read them off, Lewis.
You know what, Cole?
Alright.
Cole? It's because you showed me, what was it? The highlight reels, right?
Oh.
With KG.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
those
did.
are actually kind of
I will admit, he's
Me
a
and
bucket.
Rohan were watching the Kevin Garnett highlights together, and it was actually just blocks galore.
Bro, and he was dunking on everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was crazy. All right.
Read them off, Lewis.
Obviously, Hall of Fame, 15-time All-Star, 4-time was that rebound champ,
Yes, sir.
2008 NBA champ,
With
the one
Celtics,
with
yep.
the Celtics, the
Celtics,
crazy,
yeah.
9-time All-NBA, All-Rookie team, 12-time All-Defensive. So great, both sides of the ball, obviously. All-Star MVP, who cares? MVP in 2003.
Yep.
With I'm assuming that was with the Timberwolves.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And then Defensive Player of the Year one time.
Yeah.
Only one, which is kind of criminal.
What, Defensive Player of the Year?
Only one?
Yeah, he was like a monster
That's
defensive
Yeah, he was
player.
I didn't understand.
So I don't know.
Plus, also, best Timberwolves player in history.
That's not that hard to do.
That boy, honestly,
No,
if it
it's
wasn't
not
for
even
Kevin
close.
Garnett, that
though.
franchise
It's not
would
even
be
close.
Not even.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's
He
like
was the one that put them on the
undebatable.
map.
Even with Cat playing right now,
Dude,
or
and they're
Cat,
still the worst team
they,
of all
they
time.
have
It's like a little
lot
baby
to do
compared to
before,
KG,
yeah.
No, you can't even compare the
They
two.
have a lot to
The-
do before
the-
they can even reach
Kevin
there.
Garnett is obviously the all-time win shares leader for that franchise. 140. Okay?
Which is
Second place. Take a guess.
Cat.
Yeah.
With what, like-
66.
He's doubling him.
It's not even close.
Yeah, and they're still the worst franchise of all time, right?
They are
Yeah,
the
they're
worst
still the
franchise of all time. The
Which
only
is-
they have less than 40% win percentage.
They're the only team ever.
They've been to the playoffs. Ron, what was it? They've been to the playoffs 10 times in their
And I'm
franchise,
pretty sure KG
and they
has
only
like half
made
of
it past the first round once.
Wasn't it with KG?
them.
And
yeah,
they went to the Western Conference
Yeah.
Finals.
Soon though, soon.
soon though. Soon.
I have
Anthony
They're
Edwards
coping.
What do you
masterclass.
They can make it as a 5-6 seed, maybe a low.
Will they ever get past
Prime
the Grizzlies?
Edwards.
Yeah, but if you have that fraud
Prime
named,
Cat?
if you have that fraud named Cat,
Yeah, Cat's a little bit, but they got a young core though,
They got-
which is good.
Edwards is
Edwards.
hype.
They're all
right?
young.
Besides Edwards,
Wait, what pick did they?
Who?
Did they have a pick in the draft?
No, because they went to the playoffs. Remember? It wasn't the
Oh.
lottery.
Oh, true.
So they're going to be like a.
I just assumed they sucked all the time.
No, the
so.
Timberwolves are going to be like a 18 around that area.
Yeah, they're not probably gonna get anyone.
Well, they could have a steal.
They'll get
Yeah,
a
you
good role
never know.
player out.
But Kevin Garnett, I mean, we all had him there. Delicious just had him a little bit low. I'm not even really that upset about it.
Yeah, I remember I had my reasoning.
I just have Kevin Garnett currently as still the second best power forward of all time.
valid.
That makes sense.
What do you got? You guys have the same thing, right?
Second.
You have the
Yeah.
same thing,
Second yet.
I think I had him at third.
either second or third.
Yeah.
It's around there.
I
It's
had
fine.
my third.
Wait, who do you have above him? Oh, wait, never mind.
It might have been
No,
Karl
actually,
Malone, right?
we'll say it later.
What, Rohan?
Really, you think Karl Malone's better all time? Than...
No. Rohan only had another one man above him
Oh,
at
who
power
was
forward.
it? Who was it?
You can't say it.
Oh, wait, I know. Okay, yeah. Okay, then
The
yeah,
guy.
he's top, yeah.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
You
Never
got
mind.
it.
Never mind.
Technically two power
Oh,
forwards
God.
if you think about our, you know, all right.
What are you talking about?
So basically, so Kevin Garnett only finished 1 point above Oscar Robertson at 15th. So now we're in our clear 13. Everybody had like those 13 kind of like they know like what's going on
Except for
here.
this fraud.
He doesn't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
So we're gonna be doing obviously we're gonna round out these next 3 and then the next video will be our top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So coming in at 13th place, 109 points.
Right.
This distinction between 12 and 13 actually mattered to me
Wait, why?
because there's 2 players that I feel like one of them should be deserved should be above the other one, but some people had it the other way around.
Okay.
Everyone had him in similar spots, except for one
Oh.
man. Actually, the reason he actually finished...
Oh no.
This player finished 16 points below the man above him, and that's because one man flat out snubbed him.
What?
Coming in at 13th on our list,
That'd be right.
one of the greatest scorers of all time,
Oh my.
Oh, yep.
Kevin Durant.
That is a little
Objectively correct. That's me.
I had my 13.
I am exactly at 13. Yep.
Well,
So let me tell you, everyone had
I
Durant.
haven't-
So you told me you got
Let me
snubbed?
tell you,
Who snubbed him?
me,
I'm surprised he wasn't
Vipin,
higher 'cause this bozo.
me, Vipin, Lewis, and Daniel all had Durant at 13.
That's valid.
We valid.
We all had him at
We're
13.
actually valid.
That's crazy though.
We know.
Yep.
He's got a
Imagine if
snob.
he was good.
Jack has Durant.
Be higher.
Jack has Durant at 12.
Okay.
So just that one spot
That
above.
makes sense.
Where do you think Rohan has Durant?
Oh, like 6 or something bogus?
9.
Ron, where is Durant?
I think it was 14, right?
He's valid finally.
He actually.
You're finally valid.
He went, just for context, Ron back in December had
Yeah,
Kevin Durant.
yeah.
We had a top 10 list of Ron and Kevin Durant at 4th
Well,
all
okay,
time.
it was only because like I didn't. Okay, I mean top 10 is
He-
kind of like
casual.
hard
I
to get like the
didn't.
window, you know.
No, you're-
No, but I know what you're saying.
Asshole.
I know what you're saying.
Because
but,
in top 30 you can understand like how many like players.
okay,
are
but I can
on,
understand
right?
that because let's say like, okay, make a top 10. If you really like Kevin Durant, you can try to sneak Kevin Durant, but you can't put him at 4.
Put on a 10.
You can put him at 10.
Yeah, and put some. I'm sorry, but I had to put.
Yeah, you can be like, it's an agenda thing. I have him at 10. You have him at 4.
That's not even an agenda.
He only
That's
moved down
blasphemy.
10 spots.
Whatever, but he has him at 14 because
He added a 1. He forgot the 1.
he has
last time.
Durant at 14 because he has Oscar Robertson and Dr. J.
Yeah,
above him.
yeah. So yeah.
Oh.
I know Vivian's not a fan of that big O above Kevin Durant.
You really don't understand.
Vivian is in shambles right now. And then so we all have him at 13. Jack at 12. Ron 14.
Yeah.
So where's the snub come in?
Who snubbed
Who's
him?
the other name I haven't said?
Mahir?
Guess where Mahir had Kevin Durant?
What, like 25 or something?
30.
No. He must think.
And I think he actually
What?
he didn't even want to have him in the list. I think he just put him in there just because he's like he has to be in there.
Wait. So give us some names. Give
Give
us
us
some
his
names.
agenda.
Wait, let me.
Give us some
Wait,
names.
I
This
think,
is 29 to like 25.
I'll pull up the names. I'll tell you
Put
the
his whole
names.
list up.
I'll tell you the names that Mahir had above Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
in a second. I'm gonna pull up what
Who's
Mahir.
Paul?
I asked Mahir. I said Mahir. I'm not gonna tell you your list is wrong or anything. Why is Kevin Durant at 30th?
You answered specifically.
He was like, I don't know.
And I
Jerry
had a-
West. Over.
Jay West.
Jerry
Elgin
West.
Baylor.
But have him
better.
at 30.
Isaiah Thomas. Or
Isaiah
Durant.
Thomas, way better, bro.
Yeah.
What?
This is what it says.
What? You're looking at me.
This is actually what
He
happened.
has real rings.
Here's what Mahir actually sent me.
Ah, I see.
He sent me his top 30.
Mhm.
It didn't have KD in it. And he sent me a message. He said, KD fraud locked up by a 19-year-old.
Recency bias,
And then,
hello?
and then I messaged him. I said, is KD for real not your top 30? It's okay if not. He said, honestly, just replace Scottie Pippen with KD. He's a fraud too. And he said, I said, is that you want to actually make that change? He said, yeah. And that was it. So he actually didn't have KD in the list, but
Oh,
then
he
he
shambles.
said, you know what?
Yeah.
Get rid of Scottie for KD.
What?
But Mahir's also, I don't know.
Here's a casual.
Hater.
Here's actually a casual.
Well, Mahir's a shambles because,
Here's more of a casual than us.
At least we're certified like haters.
yeah.
Certified.
He's the-
We know enough to hate.
Yeah. But, I mean, I can understand people have, like,
No.
I can totally, no, not the 30 thing. I can understand if people, like, don't literally like Kevin Durant because of, like, the way he's gone about his career.
You
or
have
whatever.
to appreciate
But like,
greatness.
yeah, you still have to appreciate that he's like a multi-ring winner. That's not
Multi-ring
something.
chaser?
Yeah. No,
Oh
but
my
like that's
broad rings,
that's
Mike.
still not something a lot of players
Wait,
can
No,
say
Ron,
about
Ron,
their
this is what
career.
I bring up to Vipin. Because obviously we talk about the Warriors thing all the time. This is what I bring up to Vipin. Yes, did he join an Omega Super Team, the greatest team of all time?
Mhm.
Yes, he did. But did he not win the Finals MVP those next 2 years with
Yeah.
that team?
And he made the best team of all time. Or the best record.
And no, he didn't.
He
Oh,
was,
yeah.
no, he was part of that team. Where
Yeah.
They won like
17,
69
I think,
games.
right?
No, I thought he was the same.
Or no, was it before?
that not it?
Was it
That
the
was
year
not it.
before?
He
They
joined.
did.
He joined
They
at 73
They
They
win
did that
team.
without
Yeah.
him, and then they got him.
What a fraud.
And
bro.
they got him, and then they won 8-1
Because
against
that
LeBron
was
in the finals.
yeah,
because
because that was the year they.
Yeah.
Imagine how many rings
lost
LeBron
in
would
the
have. That didn't
finals.
happen.
LeBron would have like 10 rings.
So Kevin Durant,
Exactly.
for Kevin Durant, for all the people that don't,
Oh.
Kevin Durant has only been in the league. He only
He's
played for
fraud.
13 years so far.
Yeah, young.
He's only 33.
Only.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's-
Have you seen his
I mean,
ankles? Dude, that man is not 33.
He has-
He wears high tops.
12 All-Stars under his belt,
Greasy. You got snakes.
4-time scoring champ,
That's it.
a Rookie of the Year, an MVP,
Yeah,
That's
fraud,
it.
bro.
his 2 rings, his
I
2
think
Finals
Westbrook.
MVPs,
Fraud rings. Yep.
all 9-time All-NBA.
See, I
Wait a
dude,
minute.
I clowned him.
Does
We
Mir have
still-
him below Harden?
Let me
way.
see if Mahir even had Harden in his list.
If he
That's
doesn't,
black.
Oh, wait, let me just say the names. Oh, by the way, Mahir has
who's about-
Allen Iverson,
Okay.
Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade,
Chris, I'm texting him.
Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Kawhi Leonard, all above Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, some guy named LeBron. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously I love Kevin Durant.
I think it's
like even if you hate him, like you still have to-
Ron, speaking of Kevin Durant, since you know him,
Yeah, since I have that inside scoop, right? Even right now, I'm pretty sure he's still the best player on that Nets team by far, and he's still carrying them, right?
he
So
will continue.
he's still playing at a high level.
Are they gonna fall apart?
And at his peak,
Nah, they stay.
obviously, he was
Yeah,
winning
but-
rings
Kyrie said, "I'm coming
against
back."
LeBron
mm-hmm.
and the Cavs. Before that, at OKC, he was also the best player on that team, and also
That's
taking them to the finals. And then you know how, like, Westbrook at the time was obviously better than he is right now, but that also comes into account, like, that, he was still carrying that team even when Westbrook was injured.
Wait. When was Westbrook better than?
No. I'm saying, like, he was still carrying them, but, I'm pretty sure during one of those years, Westbrook was injured for, like, most of the year.
Oh,
So,
that's when KD won the MVP.
Yeah, KD had to
Yeah.
straight up just carry the entire team.
He averaged like 32, bro.
Yeah, he's
Different.
insane.
So,
30 all
throughout
time.
his entire career, he's probably been the best player on each of his teams.
He's never not been the best player.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
Unless he has
I don't
LeBron on his
understand.
team.
That's like the only way.
that's the only way.
He should have joined LeBron.
And, like,
the
considering
Cavs.
that consistency,
That would have been broken.
I mean,
KD
I'm just saying.
And Kyrie.
Wait, that would
LeBron,
have been.
KD, and
No,
Kyrie.
they would have clowned LeBron for that. He would have said,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
join me."
Super teams.
Yeah.
They would have clowned KD for that. Nope.
No.
Well, they already clowned him.
LeBron gets clowned for everything.
No, but that would have just been the Nets all over again. No depth.
Well,
They would have had to
you
get
don't
rid
need
of
depth.
Love. They would have had to get
You don't
rid
need
of.
depth.
Well, do you
Yeah.
think if the Nets didn't get injured,
LeBron can make it
Injured.
do you think the Bucks would
LeBron can
win?
make it work.
I mean, Harden.
Kevin
was injured.
Durant is only
Yeah,
one
back
of
then,
Yeah,
Kevin
he's the
Durant
only guy who can make it.
Kevin
work.
Durant is one of 9 players in NBA history to be a part of the prestigious 50-40-90 club.
LeBron didn't. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
54. Oh yeah,
No,
no,
he's
he's,
not.
he is definitely.
He's
Don't
not
look
there.
at that 90% free throw.
Yes, you guys know. You know who else is in the 50-40-90 club?
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is the greatest 50-40-90
Yeah, he has
ever.
like 3 of those. seasons.
Four-time
Merchant.
50-40-90.
He shot like 2 shots a game.
And then the only other player to win, not to win, but to be in 50-40-90 multiple times is Larry Bird.
That
well.
guy is actually correct.
But
He's like.
Kevin Durant did it. But also Kevin Durant,
He did in the modern era.
greater three. He's like a 7-foot player. Obviously, we talk about like he doesn't. He would never.
Well,
Yeah,
get the
I
top,
wrote you. He a
you
better
know.
shooter than Dirk.
He has a higher 3-point
100%,
percentage.
yeah.
But Dirk revolutionized it.
Oh, for sure.
Dirk was the first.
Well, Dirk's
but
also
Katie's
7-1.
Katie's like
Yeah.
the
Dirk's also
2.0.
like
Also,
45.
Dirk is kind of built a bit bigger. than
Yeah.
Katie's kind of like. You can,
Well,
do that.
Katie's lanky, He's,
But also the great thing about him, Durant as well is, he obviously didn't play that entire 2019-2020 season because of the Achilles. Came back next season. He dropped 27 a game still.
Cause
he's just a consistency merchant.
we didn't know his arm.
We look at the playoffs. He led the playoffs in points per game 5 times.
Like,
He averages nearly 30 a game in the postseason.
I mean, he's Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
I mean,
He's just.
but Mahir has him at 30.
I don't. This is such trolling.
And so if Mahir had him where we have him in that area,
You'd be like.
he would have finished, I think, 1 spot above this next guy, or tied, or something like that.
yeah.
So yeah, we will move on now to. So Kevin Durant finished 13th. Now we move on to 12th place.
McFlurry.
12th place is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty free.
McFlurry.
He shouldn't be high.
Mr.
Well,
Chef.
Wait, say it aloud so people can actually.
What? Steph Curry.
Chef Curry.
Yeah. Chef Curry. Chef McFlurry.
Curry finishes. He's like the Kevin. Sorry, he's.
I don't think he should be over.
Steph Curry's
I
placement is kind of like Giannis, where they're kind of just in no man's land. Like there's no one really like the gap between above and below is like.
Pretty big, yeah.
Yeah.
If Steph wins a ring this year,
I mean, he
I'll put
could
him
be in that.
above.
He could be.
like
in
if he gets that
conversation.
Finals MVP and says, "Yeah, I can." do it."
like yeah.
4
Myself.
rings. 4 rings. You can't deny that.
Yeah, you have to put him.
But he's a winning. He's actually like he only lost 1 time in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was.
That was
Bronze.
Oh, that
My
was
guy.
pretty. Yeah,
That
one
was
was pretty shocking.
that's like a big, huge stand on his career.
Well, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
He
He's
Curry-
like,
he played bad.
Yeah, because I'm
during
pretty
those
sure he
last few
played.
games.
Yeah, he did
played
That loss
bad
was on
with
him.
Mm.
And Draymond being out, but
it was on LeBron.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you where everyone has. Let me tell you where Steph
It
Curry.
was literally on LeBron.
LeBron's like, you know what?
I'm
I'm
taking
winning.
over.
So interestingly enough,
My legacy.
only me, Vipin, and Daniel had him the highest at 12th.
What do you do?
Hold on. Because this is the argument we're gonna have. So
Sad
me,
argument.
Vipin, and Dale had him at 12th.
Above Curry.
Lewis has him at 14th. Mahir has Curry at 14th. Jack has him at 13th. Okay. And Rohan has him at
respect greatness.
15th.
I just do not understand how anyone can have him like
outside of that top.
Who's
15.
the lowest?
12 to 15. Rohan has him at 15. Because Rohan has Big O.
Well, yeah.
How can you possibly say Oscar Robertson is better all time
You're
than
just saying
Steph Curry?
You're just saying.
No, even Dr. J. You realize that Steph Curry completely revolutionized basketball, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Why do you think teams started chucking up mostly threes? Not mostly. It's not mostly, but like a lot, like way more. The rate of
shooting way more threes nowadays.
If you can make a chart of the year, if you make a chart of the amount of threes that are taken by
like
every
they did
team,
make
every
the chart.
game, and you put a little dot on that chart saying when Steph Curry was drafted. Ever since he was drafted, it's going up. Every single year it goes up. Because Steph Curry changed basketball forever. Completely. He made the league more guard oriented than it was shifting that way, but it would get even more like that, right? And he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot the ball. And other teams looked at it like, wait, he's nuts. We can't guard this. So they try to replicate it. You know what Houston tried doing? Exact same thing. We shoot only threes, and they trolled.
We were dubbing though.
Oh, yeah, you're dubbing.
Remember missing 27 threes?
You know who else got drafted that year? Revolutionized basketball. Like Griffin.
Lob City.
Alright, but so Steph Curry, obviously we know what Steph Curry's done, right?
Harden got drafted.
We know what Curry's done. Like,
I couldn't keep that.
You know what's actually interesting? I didn't even know this, but he won the latest All-Star MVP this year. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because he dropped like 100 points.
He was like
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah,
he was
crazy.
He
literally dropped like 60 points or something.
Yeah.
He would have won the MVP this year if he didn't like start falling off randomly for the middle of the season.
But obviously Curry is
all-time
phenomenal.
3 points made.
Right? Here's the argument we're gonna have though, and it's split evenly on the table.
Don't tell me about Ray Allen.
And it's split evenly on the table. No, it's actually part of this list. Because Ray Allen's not on the list.
Yeah, no, he's not on.
Rohan, Lewis, and Jack have Durant above Curry.
No.
And me and you have Curry, and then the other four have Curry above Durant.
No. Why? Why is he better?
He's better score.
Yeah,
he's just all around. He doesn't have the accolades that Curry does.
Well,
Curry averages 30 a season.
No, but it's different.
Okay, if you had a team, fresh five, your first pick is either Durant or Curry.
You think Durant?
Yes.
I'm taking Durant. Yeah.
I'm thinking Curry.
More bag, bro.
A little bit more bag.
You realize the gravity Curry has? Curry has more options than Durant. Oh, that's.
What are you talking about? Gravity.
Offensively,
more gravity.
Offensively,
Don't look at me. Don't look at just me, bro.
Offensively,
look at the
Curry's
universe
got,
kid.
like, way more options. Now, and I'm not just talking about scoring because KD's a better scorer, but just in general idea of offense, Curry's more versatile.
KD don't fall off though. He don't fall off.
Versatile.
That is true. That.
Steph is inconsistent at
Steph
really unfortunate times.
You say he's more versatile.
Durant does not do that.
Steph is not crazy in the playoffs, which is his biggest fault. But I'd say.
What's going on here?
Curry in the playoffs.
What did you just say?
He's not that crazy.
He says that Curry's more versatile, but
he's
KD's the one that's more
because
consistent.
Durant does not fall off.
KD is crazy in the playoffs.
He doesn't fall off.
I told you KD almost averages 30 a game.
Most consistent player.
Yeah.
We've seen in a while.
But here's the thing: does KD have the his?
Like I will say,
Curry has played.
Curry has. I would say Curry has the ability to
so
be a better
much better
scorer than KD in certain games.
Because KD can fit into any system, but Curry will make the system work on him. Like he will change the offense to be his offense, no matter where you put him.
You know what's also really slept on, in my opinion, about Curry? Because everyone just sees him as just a shooter, and they're like, "Oh, Kevin Durant's the overall scorer package." Steph Curry is arguably, in my opinion here,
He can also score.
in the league today, in the last 5-6 years or whatever, he has a top 3 layup and floater package in the entire league.
He can get points when he needs to. Like it's not like
He is elite in the paint.
He can score at every single part of the basketball court.
I'm pretty sure KD's pretty
Every
good
single
at
part.
mid-range, too.
There is not a single reason.
But guess who else can? Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
But can KD pass the ball like Steph does? Does he have the playmaking that Steph Curry does?
I mean, he
by
might not
playmaking,
have like the
he passed the
quickness,
ball.
like,
By
you know,
playmaking, I
off-ball
don't mean just
movement.
passing the ball.
I will definitely say
Think of what he
Curry
creates
or
by being
KD
on the
does
court,
not have
right?
the off-ball movement that Curry obviously does, right? To like work in a system.
Exactly.
Because he's not
But
wacky.
The off ball.
I will say
the mental impact.
I will say that
playing
he
against
still
Curry.
has passing ability though. He's not like
No, but
completely inept at it.
you see what Pat Bev said? You see what Pat Bev said? He said if I'm playing against Chris Paul, I'm gonna take a few more shots. I'll sleep in late. But if he's playing against Curry, I'm sleeping at 8. Waking up early.
He never gets to play against Curry.
Well, I mean,
he doesn't make the playoffs.
you didn't even talk about
Curry's that guy.
I mean, if you look at just Curry and Durant, like their numbers wise, they're really similar actually. But that's why you have to just it comes down to.
Well, I put him one spot above.
That's when it comes. Like, if you're watching a game.
Yeah, but I want to see the Steph
Curry did it at home though. He
did what at home?
He didn't need a super team.
Did what at home?
He got one. 2015, that ring.
Yeah.
It's valuable. Even though he had to play a injured.
He beat Bron.
He beat Bron. Even though Bron's team was hella injured, he beat Bron.
I don't want to be the guy here, to bring up 2016.
Twice.
All right. So that's basically what's going on. And now since we're coming to the end of this last one, we'll just do this guy. He's the one dude because we all have like a pretty clear 11. Like everyone has the same 11 names, right? Okay. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. Everybody has the same 11, but one dude out of the 11 obviously doesn't make the top 10. Isn't that right, Rohan?
That's that fraud watch.
So coming in
right
at 11th place.
What is it? Fraud watch? Right?
4 people. Like remember, 4 and an 11 man out of the 11. 4 people had this guy at 11th, and he finished 11th.
That's valid.
Rockets bias. Let's go.
What?
And I'll tell you one guy that didn't have him at 11th. Vipin. I'll tell you another guy who didn't have him in 11th.
That guy?
I'll tell you another guy who didn't have him in 11th. Jack.
Not me.
I'll tell you another guy who didn't have him in 11th.
Not me.
Daniel.
The
The guy that finishes 11th, me, Lewis, and Rohan can all agree, is Bill Russell.
Yeah. Mr.
I had
Master
him close
Plumber.
up there, but at the end of the day,
Master Plumber.
brother is a plumber.
So Vipin had him in 9th.
Okay.
Over the dream.
Over the top 10.
You have over the dream?
Well, we can't say yet. We can't say anything yet.
I'm assuming.
But
Unless you got a dream at 5.
But
You're not funny. You're not funny.
But so me, Rohan, Mihir, and Lewis all have Bill Russell at 11.
Durant.
Daniel has Bill Russell at 10.
Okay, that's
Vipin has him at 9, and the reason, well, he still would have finished 11th anyways. But I wish Jack was here because Jack has Bill Russell at 7.
That's too high.
Stop respecting plumbers.
That's so fast. Stop giving respect.
Dude, Ron, I can't listen to these goons anymore.
What's your Jerry?
I can't.
Like, bro, he has more rings than hands, man.
Bro said stop respecting plumbers. I hate that.
Stop it.
You have to respect them.
Shut it.
The only plumber I respect is my ABA goat.
Oh my goodness.
I am a plumber hater since day one, but I still have to respect him.
Bill Russell finished with 147 points, which is 22 more than
That sounds
Curry.
like an average Bill Russell.
When I put him on my list, he's lucky to be there. He should be grateful. He should be grateful.
Huh?
Well, because Vipin, you're
be grateful.
You're one of 3 men that has him.
In top 10?
You're the only 2. You and Jack are the only ones that have him above 10.
You should be grateful to be there.
Why'd you put him there?
But why you say stop respecting plumbers?
Cause I just think. Yeah, it has to be just because of the impact he on the league, man. That, like, 11 rings.
Personally,
man, you can't.
I wouldn't even be mad. I almost had him at 10th. I won't lie.
I see.
I will also say my 10.
I wanted to swing y'all's way, but
right? I could see how you're 10, but as a player, I think that my 10 is.
The thing with Bill Russell,
number 3.
I think the only reason I was like, you know what, I'm gonna lock in Bill Russell at 11 is because Bill Russell is obviously known as
I
highly defensive player.
Yep.
Offense is kind of like.
But his team was. Like,
you know why I put him at 11, Cole? Because it's the same number of rings he has.
Oh, facts.
I put him at 9 because that's up. Never mind.
Yeah.
Because how many kids he had?
Probably more than that.
But I meant just the number. Literally, this just blows my mind. 22.5 rebounds a game for his entire career.
Yep.
Look what Will did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the real plumber goat.
He's the real plumber goat.
But we'll get to Wilt in a moment. But
My goat.
someone actually snubbed him.
Uh-huh.
All right. So basically, so that's. I mean, so let me just recap. Let me just recap where we're at here. Yeah. Ron's been in the metaverse for the entire hour.
Bro,
he's been wearing this VR headset the whole recording.
So yeah, this is our 11 through 20. We have Jerry West at 20, Giannis at 19, Dirk at 18, Karl Malone 17, Dr. J 16, Oscar Robertson at 15, which is not a big fan of Vipin's. Kevin Garnett at 14, KD 13, Steph Curry 12, and Bill Russell at 11. Any changes? If you had to make one change to that order, what would it be?
I'm saying I
That
agree.
sounds,
with
that's
what
not
he
valid
said.
to me.
I'd move Giannis up.
Wait, what was Giannis on the all-time thing?
Under Dirk,
19.
right?
I move him up. Fact.
Under Dirk and Malone.
He's definitely better than both of those guys. It's bad. Giannis is
It's
not
like
even
caution, though.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, we'll end it off on that.
Alright, so yeah, it was a good recording. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna literally, once this stops, we're gonna immediately start the next part. Last time we said we're gonna do that, but
we did
incidents. This time we will though.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the recording. If you have your own like top 30 list, drop them in the comments. Whatever, we'll react to them. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.